Hi, everybody. For some reason, I have this weird thing on my screen. It was a new feature, apparently, they wanted me to try, and I'm just not interested. How are you? Nice to see you. Happy Tuesdays. Always so fun to spend some time with you. And thank you so much for jumping in and hanging out with us. We love it when you're here. We love spending time with you. I look forward to it all the time. Hi, Janet. Nice to see you. How are you? Please tell me when you're here, where you're from. Say hi. I love seeing it's so fun now. We do this so regularly. Like we have our regular cast of characters. I recognize all your names. Hi, Martha. How are you? Nice to see you. Yes, I have to put my glasses on the tip of my nose to read things these days. Hi, Nicole. Great to see you. I saw Gina was in here and all kinds of people jumping in. Sandy and Merle and Tracy. Hi, everybody. How are you? Good to see you. Happy fall. Hi from Ohio. Trevor and Doug are going to Ohio in a couple of weeks to visit a couple of colleges that Trevor really likes. So we'll see if he ends up in the Buckeye State. Terry says, hi, Megan and Kylie from Michigan. Hi, Terry. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here, everybody. So what's up? What's going on with everyone? It's been a crazy couple days for me. I have a confession to make to all of you. I am a total procrastinator when it comes to my taxes. Like I'm that person. And so they're due next week and I finished them today. It's like at this point, our accountant just knows, like, we don't even tell him, hey, can you file for an extension when it's April? He just does it because he knows we're going to put it off. And then it's like, oh my gosh, I tell you, my brain and numbers just are not simpatico. They are just do not go work where they don't work well together. So I'm a little bit of just exhaustion mentally from looking at all the numbers and balancing it all out. And it's a complicated thing. Like these are the things where I was like, oh, I didn't know you had to do that when you were a business. Indiana says hi. Hi, Brenda. So anyway, the good news is I texted Doug this afternoon in big capital letters, taxes are done. Yay! And then, he pointed out and said, listen, since it's done now, and you sort of have your mind thinking that way, you need to like start looking at the 2023 thing so that when April gets here, you're already started and it won't be so overwhelming. I think that's the hardest part for me. I don't know how you all feel about that, but the hardest part for me is just like getting started because I look, right? Anne says, I hate taxes too. I know, right? I just look at all the numbers and it's like they all kind of start moving. And some people who got 800 on their SATs are brilliant because they see all the numbers like work together, like all of this. I see this. It's a little hard for me to bring it all in, but I did it. I taught myself how to do an Excel spreadsheet, put in all of my things, figured out how to get it so that it sums up my total, highlighted everything, had my receipts, all the things. So anyway, enough about taxes. Not really how I want to spend my time. I love the necklaces you're wearing. Satya, yes, they are Satya pieces, Nicole. One is the moonstone. I think it's called the North Star. And the other one is one of those sort of like little half mandalas. Kylie, why don't you just put a couple chairs at the base of the steps and that'll be fine. Poor Minnie went to the vet today. And because she's a rescue, we don't really know what her history is, right? And but one thing we do know is she gets aggressive when she goes to the vet. So they give her a mild sedative just to chill her out so they can check her. And she's had an ear infection. So they really had to get in there and do something. Well, sweet girl, like we give a quarter of the dose they want us to give her, and it still makes her loopy. And she's Doug's shadow, essentially, and Doug's upstairs, and she wants to go upstairs with him so bad, but we don't want like her back legs to like splay out or anything because she's kind of loopy. So poor Kylie keeps trying to like keep Minnie from going upstairs. So if you keep seeing my computer bounce around, that's because Kylie's sitting down in exhaustion because she keeps trying to keep Minnie like settled down. Anyway, oh, Martha, looking forward to Ginny's toffee. I'm so glad we do have Ginny's toffee. So Let me just talk to you for a few minutes about what I wanted to feature tonight, because obviously we're kind of back to fall here a little bit. Um, We've been doing all of our holiday stuff. Our holiday programming will return next week. But for tonight, we had so many new fun foods come in from some of your favorite vendors and brands that I thought, let's sort of just do a flavors of fall. This really is the season we're in after all. And whether you're somebody who is just starting to experience the cool weather, the leaves are changing where you are. Some of you I know are out in, warm temperatures, California, Arizona. You don't experience the seasons quite as much, but maybe you'd like a little bit of that scent in your home, or maybe you'd like one of those flavors. We have some really fun things to share with you tonight. So what we're going to start with, and a couple things like Miss Ginny's toffee, like those are items that just come back in stock in the fall because we don't ship it during the summer because of the heat and we don't want things to melt. So I have new flavors for you from Belle's Popcorn. If you've tried Bell's Popcorn, please share your experience over on in the chat, and that's where Megan is. If you love Bauer's candies, you have asked if we could just do caramels from Bauer's. So they're known for their Majescas, which is this homemade fluffy marshmallow completely enrobed in homemade caramel, and delicious, so good. Oh, Mary, I'm so glad you love Belle's. Wait till you see the assortment tonight. Did someone say peanut butter and chocolate? I did. Back to Bauer's Majescas. So you love the puffy marshmallow surrounded in caramel, but a lot of you have said, I just love the caramel. Do they do just caramels? Now they do. They did a special limited edition pumpkin caramels. Oh my gosh, you got them, Lauren. And we have that offer for you today. So it's 2 pounds of Majescas and caramels for $45, which is a really nice price. Also, our other nice gift box sets of Majescas are on sale right now, so a few dollars off. So if you like those for gifts, if you want to go ahead and stock up while they're on sale and take them for Thanksgiving, or maybe there's an open house you're going to, those wonderful hand wrapped candies are available. I have some new things from Power Beads by Jen to show you. I have some new things from Southern Root Sisters. Oh, Lisa, I'm so glad you love Bowers. Wait till you try the pumpkin caramel. So good. New things from Southern Root Sisters, which I'm excited about. And new things from Power Beads by Jen. So we're going to be pretty busy here. Before I get going too far, just wanted to let you know the couple of items of fall decor that we have left in our assortment are all on sale. So if you were thinking about our cute coasters, they're normally $30. They're on sale for $27. You get all 4 of them. One says gather together. They're all backed in cork. They're on kind of a tumbled, kind of travertine style stone. So gather together, be thankful, be blessed, and be grateful. Super cute to use, obviously, as coasters. Great to have as just little pieces, sitting around your home as part of your fall decor. Great gift, hostess gift for Thanksgiving coming up, and just super cute. So if you like those, we only have a few of them left, but we marked them down. They were 30, they're now 27. And then our 2 cute pumpkin decor items, not many of those left either, but listen, when you've seen something that maybe you liked and now you can get it for a few bucks off, right? Why not? You've loved the look of our knit pumpkin. We love the color and the design of this. This was $34. Remember, shipping and handling included with everything. It's now priced at $29, so less than $30, which is awesome. I love the stem on this piece. It looks as if they really cast that from an actual pumpkin stem. It looks like a verdigris bronze. And then the color of the pumpkin is this really soft shade of, it's almost like a pumpkin cream color. So not too harsh of an orange, really pretty with the traditional rich fall colors. Also nice if you do lighter neutrals in your homes, your khakis, your whites, your creams. So pretty. And I do love the texture on this because I've seen that this has been a trend, this whole knit look, but a lot of decor pieces are using actual yarn, which I feel like over time is going to fuzz, it's going to pill. This will never do that, and you'll always have that great texture. So if you like that pumpkin, that's priced at $29 now on sale. And then really, I think like the steal for you, if you've had your eye on this duo, and again, we only have a few sets left, but you get both of these pieces. Oh, Lisa said, I have that pumpkin. It's pretty and different. I'm so glad. This one, again, this is all raised. So it's this pretty kind of garland vine. It has the rubbed kind of rustic look to it, that vintage style. I've seen this pumpkin. I mean, again, I buy from wholesalers the same way other, brands and stores do too. I've seen this one out there priced at $30 plus $5.50 for shipping. So we were never going to do that. We did it as a duo. We did it as a duo for around $54, including your shipping. But now we're putting it on sale, and now it's $39, including your shipping. So that's a pretty nice sale price. You're less than $20 a piece here, shipping included. They go together really nicely. They're a nice size to put on a small tray right on your kitchen island. They're great on a little coffee table, nice on each side of your mantle. If you already picked up one of these and you're loving it and you're thinking, gosh, I wish I had one more set. I mean, I think for the price, it makes it a nice offer. So you get both of them. Each one will come in its own box. And those are on sale for $39. When those are gone, they're gone. So all of those items are basket weave pumpkin, our oh, Sally said, I got my knit pumpkin today. Super cute. Love it. I'm so glad, Sally. Our gourd and pumpkin duo, when those are gone, they're gone. So if you like them, please make sure you pick them up. Sally said, oh, I also got the duo too. Very nice duo and great price. Thank you, Sally. I'm so glad you've loved it. So again, on sale, you get both of them. $39 includes your shipping. Really good offer. Can I hand those to you, Kylie? We have so much stuff here. I'm going to be overrun here. All right. Quick sip of iced tea. Ordered the coasters last night. Oh, I'm so glad, Becky. Yay. Go Mizzou. All right. Where do we start? Do you guys want to vote? Do you want to start with Belle's popcorn? Do you want to start with Miss Ginny's? Lynn said, I recently gave Belle's popcorn as a gift, and they thought it was like no other popcorn they ever tasted. So yummy. Oh my gosh. Well, Lynn, wait till you hear our flavors tonight. I can't wait to tell you about those. Should we just start with Belle's popcorn? What do y'all think? Popcorn, Southern Root Sisters, Miss Ginny's, Bowers. Where do you want to go? Popcorn. Kimberly says the popcorn. Anybody else? I saw somebody saw Miss Ginny's. Karen said Miss Ginny's. Oh, we're going to get to all of them. Sandy said bracelets. You're going right for the jewels. Popcorn. All right, we're going to popcorn. Okay, so let's do popcorn. All right, I love it. Pop. Okay, can I tell you a really funny story about popcorn? And my son will probably never forgive me for telling you this story. But when Kylie and Trevor were little, like he was really little, like maybe he was three or four. So Kylie would have been, they're 5 years apart. So Kylie was like 8 or 9. They were upstairs running back and forth to each other's rooms and stuff. And all of a sudden, I was down the hall in my room folding laundry or something. I heard Trevor say, look, I'm popcorn. And so I walked down the hall to see what he was doing. And he had put one of his underwear on top of his head, like his white tighty whitey, but it was all like puffed up around his head, and he was jumping around like he was a kernel of popcorn. Oh, he's cringing right now up in his room. I may never see him again. Anyway, very, very funny. Okay, so let's talk about popcorn. I promise that's not the kind of popcorn that you're going to be receiving when you order from Belle's. So we introduced Belle's to all of you a few months ago. Madison from Belle's was going to be with us tonight, but she's a little under the weather. So Madison, sending you love and hope you're feeling better. So what I loved about Belle's popcorn is I hope by now you know, and if you're new to shopping with us, hello, welcome. So glad you're here. One of the things that I love to be able to do is find some smaller brands, smaller companies that maybe you've never heard of, and we can share their story with you. So what is the story of Belle's Popcorn? I loved their story because not only do they make their popcorn in small batches, they work with some of the most prestigious department stores and retailers in the country, especially during the holiday season. So such an honor that they would work with us at Just Jill. But in their regular business, when people are ordering direct from them, they make their popcorn batches to order. So this isn't big vats of caramel corn popped a month ago, sitting there waiting to be bagged and sent to you. Belle's is gonna get your orders. They're gonna be making the popcorn in the next day or so, and then it's gonna be shipped to you. So the popcorn is fresh, but more importantly, the flavors that they tumble and toss their popcorn with are fresh too. We do have a savory assortment. Nicole said, I haven't tried the popcorn, but I want to. All of the flavors sound delicious. Oh, this is a really good set, Nicole. You know I wouldn't steer you wrong. We have a savory set over at Just Shop. So if you love more of the cheddar corns or cheddar caramel, we have those over there. But it was the dessert flavors that all of you really went crazy for. So we decided let's bring a fall collection of dessert flavors, including a couple of new that you've never tried before and that are new and limited edition for the fall season. So what we have are in this collection, and this set is $45. You're going to get 4 bags like this of Belle's popcorn. One, you're going to get their classic caramel corn. It's not your everyday caramel corn. It's not heavily crunched. It's not sticky like Cracker Jacks used to be. It's light and fluffy and sweet and doesn't stick to your teeth. So you all know what caramel corn is. I don't need to educate you too much, but the Belle's difference is it's made fresh. That's why it doesn't get overly sticky. It's not overly crusted, right? It's still fluffy, but has that little bite to it, that little crunch to it, and then the sweetness that you love. So classic caramel corn. In our last collection that we did for you that had the 4 dessert flavors, we also included one of my favorites, which is cinnamon roll. So I know you're like, wait, popcorn that tastes like a cinnamon roll? Mm-hmm, exactly. So this is this delicious, almost like it's almost like a white frosting glaze tossed with the popcorn, but it has the cinnamon notes, it has the vanilla notes, and there's even like, and I have some here. Let's see, which one is it? I think it's this one. I made myself little bowls. Really, that's portion control. There's just these, you can see like nice big popped kernels. Still the crunch. The buttery brown sugar cinnamon. And then the sweetness of that vanilla glaze that you put on a cinnamon roll, okay? So you have cinnamon roll. There are no nuts, Ethel May, in the popcorn, but let me just check. Let me see. This one is cinnamon roll. So I'm so glad you asked me that, Ethel May. There's no like, it's not like almonds in here or peanuts in here, but I do want you to know that these are manufactured in a facility that uses those ingredients. One of our flavors is a peanut butter, and for the pumpkin, it does not have any nuts, but again, manufactured in a facility that uses peanuts and tree nuts. The cinnamon roll, interestingly enough, does contain tree nuts because it contains coconut. There's a little coconut in the cinnamon roll because they use coconut oil. So thank you for asking that question. I'm sure that's so helpful for others. So we talked about caramel corn, and let me just read that one too for you, Ethel May. That one also, they do use the coconut oil a lot, and the coconut oil is I had tried some other popcorns that use coconut oil. The coconut oil does give you that sort of flavor drench when you use it with these ingredients. So that's one of the reasons why on some of these heavily flavored ones, like the cinnamon roll and the caramel, that coconut oil is used. So caramel corn, cinnamon roll, 2 more to go. Brand new. Pumpkin pie caramel. So good. This was full before my Instagram live. So these are coated and covered. Gina said, oh my, I'm salivating. These sound amazing. This is so good, you guys. Again, not overly pumpkiny, not overly cinnamony, but a really great blend. Almost like, and it's called pumpkin pie because it's almost like you have the creaminess of whipped cream mixed in too. So you have the pumpkin and the spice and the whipped cream coating the popcorn. So good. Mm, I really like that one a lot. And the popcorn is lightly covered in the caramel, and then they put the pumpkin and the vanilla and the spice coating over it. So you have that sweetness of the caramel, but it's not like sugary hurt your teeth sweet at all. It's just like so flavorful. And then finally, last but not least, peanut butter cup. Peanut butter cup popcorn. You're welcome. This has a glaze of like melted peanut butter and then drizzled with chocolate. And some of your pieces will have a lot of the chocolate, some will have a little, some will have a lot of the peanut butter, some will have a little, and it's all tumbled together. And which one is it in here? Oh, it's in this one right here. So good. Chocolate, peanut butter. Lynn, what diet? So good. Really good. I'm such a peanut butter chocolate person. Could live on it. I could just live on peanut butter. Here's a question. If there is only one food you had to eat every day, what would it be? For me, it would be peanut butter. If I was on a desert island and could only have one food with me, I would take peanut butter. I have a spoonful of it almost every day. I love it on bananas. I love it on sandwiches. I love it on crackers. I love it on chocolate. I love it with white chocolate. I love it with hot honey. I love it. I just love peanut butter. So there's some more you didn't know about you. But especially Reese's peanut butter cups. Okay, right there, Patricia. So good. Put them in the freezer. That's what my dad used to do. Peanut butter cup popcorn. Okay, but wait. I'm taking way too long to talk about all this. You get the 4 flavors. What were they again? Caramel, cinnamon roll, pumpkin pie caramel, and peanut butter chocolate. And as a bonus, you're going to get a small 3-ounce bag of chocolate drizzle. And the chocolate drizzle corn is the caramel corn drizzled in white and dark chocolate. So good. So good. We love Belle's. Joan said, I bought the popcorn. It's delicious. Need to order more. So this is our new fall assortment. Fabulous, delicious, fun to put out when you have company. And even though it's, we're calling it fall, aren't those flavors you're going to enjoy all the time? I mean, maybe when you have people over for Thanksgiving, or maybe it's the day after Thanksgiving and you're picking at leftovers, kind of fun to put something else on. If you love to watch football games, like right now in Philadelphia, we're all on a bit of a high with our sports teams, right? Like the Phillies are making a run at the World Series. The Eagles are undefeated. So, we're a very sports-oriented family. I originally wanted to be a sportscaster. I don't know if a lot of you knew that. So I love sports. So whenever we watch a game, even when it's just our family, I like to put out a little something. Let's put out a little snack. Let's put out a little munchie. Let's do a little this. So having some fun flavors of popcorn is a fun way to do that. And listen, if I'm going to sit and watch a movie, why not order, sit and do it with some pumpkin or some peanut butter or chocolate drizzle or whatever it might be. So Mary said, I just ordered the fall. I hope you love it, Mary. People have loved it. Go read the reviews. Been a really, really fun find for us. And again, it's all made fresh. Kylie, if you just ignore her, I think it's fine. Okay. Because you're kind of distracting me a little bit. So check out our Belle's popcorn. Check out the different flavors that we have. There is a holiday assortment. We're not going to talk about it tonight, but keep that on your radar because as we get closer to Christmas, that might be a fun gift for you to send to somebody. And even the Belle's fall mix, like if you wanted to send something fun to your grandkids, they're going to be going trick-or-treating and getting, heaven knows how much candy, but it might be fun to send them some flavored popcorn to enjoy instead. So check those all out. Peanut butter cup, pumpkin pie caramel. I just love saying that, those 3 words, pumpkin pie caramel. Cinnamon roll, and the wonderful caramel corn. Okay. Let's talk next. Speaking of pumpkin pie caramel, Lynn said it was incredibly fresh too. Thanks, Bells. I know, right? Well, that's the whole thing, Lynn, right? It's made fresh. What you're getting shipped has not been made yet. They will be popping it, flavoring it in small batches, putting it together, and sending it out. So that's what we love about Bells, and that's why I was so impressed with their brand. Let's real quickly talk about pumpkin pie caramels, real pumpkin pie caramels, thanks to our friends at Bowers. So this is a brand new set that we have for you from Bowers Candies. So Bell's is located out in Texas. Bowers Candies located in Kentucky. And this is a fourth generation company. These are candies that have been made for over 100 years. It started with the Majescas, which is a fluffy homemade marshmallow completely enrobed in homemade caramel that's made in small batches in copper pots. And you all have loved Bowers Majescas every time we put them on sale, and the gift boxes are on sale now with, you know, different flavor assortments. You get 2 1-pound boxes. You get 2 of the same flavor when you order them, so you can check that all out or look at the different combinations. But the one thing a lot of you would ask is, I love the Majescas, but I also wish they would just do their caramels, because their caramel itself is so delicious. And so what we have for you is a special offer. So excited to offer this. You're going to get 1 pound of Majescas, and it's going to come in 2 bags. Okay, I opened this one so I could pull out some samples and maybe try it to make sure it's still good. So you're getting 2 bags of the original Majescas. So that's your traditional caramel wrapped around that delicious homemade marshmallow. So that's a pound. Get a ½ pound in each bag. But then we're also going to include 1 pound, 2 bags of just a caramel from Bowers, but done with a little pumpkin spice taste. So they're all individually wrapped. This is the Majesca. So you open it up. Okay, all wrapped by hand. This wonderful pillowy goodness. And on the middle of the caramel, see it, is a homemade marshmallow. All right, and then just look at the stretchiness of that yummy caramel. But if you do the caramel itself, which you get, this is a limited edition. When they're gone, they're gone. Although I think they should have their caramels year round. It's just nothing but caramel. And again, like homemade, stretchy, amazing, really good yumminess. All right. Kylie and I tried those earlier. Really good. Buttery, smooth, creamy, hint of pumpkin and cinnamon. Hint. You don't lose what you love about the caramel with the addition of the pumpkin and spice. And I love that they come in bags like this, because it could be 4 little gifts, right? This is something you just wrap up with a little ribbon and take it to your bridge group next week and put them out for everybody to enjoy. Give another one as a stocking stuffer. Put one out for your UPS man who's delivering all those Just Jill packages. Take one as a teacher's gift. Put it in a grab bag, those kinds of things. So really nice. You're going to get 4 bags. Each bag is 8 ounces. Lynn said, I've had the Majescas before. Simply great. I know they're so good. 2 bags of pumpkin caramels. So again, those are not Majescas. They're just the caramel. And 2 bags of the original Majescas. 2 pounds of candy altogether. Shipping and handling included. Price is $45. So I think it's a really, really good price point. Kim said, I'd keep them for myself. I won't tell. All right, so there's what we have for you from Bowers. Really, really delicious. Really excited about that offer. I love them in the bags. I think it's just, it's, again, a nice gift presentation, a nice offer. If you prefer more of the traditional sort of old-fashioned candy box, we do have those on sale. Usually a pound boxed that way is $33. And the 2 pounds is, I think, 66. I don't know if we double it. But anyway, I know right now the 2 pounds is 58. So it's less than $30 a box. It's like $29 a box. And the just the single is $30. And there's different flavors. There is a chocolate Majesca. There is a sea salt Majesca. And then the vanilla Majesca. So if you just want a classic boxed set, instead of the combo where you get the Majestas and the caramel. We have those available for you too. All right, speaking of delicious boxed candy, let me grab here. Traditional English toffee back in stock from Miss Ginny's. So Ginny Royce is located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and she makes these wonderful treats. You take it out, so it comes like this. You pull the sleeve off. Then you have this. I mean, you just know there's something good in here, right? Because of the way it's packaged. You take off your lid. You take off your little cushioned piece. And there you have these wonderful artisan made, delicious, so good. You've never tasted anything like it. Wonderful English toffee. So Miss Ginny sells her English toffee all day long as this 1 pound box. You get 16 pieces here, but for just Jill, she gives you just a little bonus of 2 more pieces. So her 2 flavors are the milk chocolate pecan or the dark chocolate sea salt. And whichever flavor you order in your box, that will be the flavor of the 2-pack you get to go along with it. So you're getting 18 pieces for the price of 16, essentially, when you order it from Just Jill, which I love. Love these little extras. You know, that's how you get to try it. And then you can share the box as a gift if you want to. I will tell you, in our office, when Miss Ginny sends us a sample, these don't last long. Between Kylie, Bernadette, me, and Doug, like, we can polish it off in 2 days. We love it so much. And every piece is just so beautifully done. You can see how the chocolate's completely enrobed, the finishing detail of the pecans there. And then on the inside of the toffee, I'm just going to try to break one open. You can see it's just that wonderful clean. There's no nuts on the inside of the toffee. Like, it's not like an almond roca, you know, it's just that pure English toffee. Oh, the butter hits you. It doesn't stick to your teeth. There's like a tenderness to it. It's not soft. You want your toffee to have a little crunch, but it just like melts in your mouth and is so good. I forgot how good it is. We haven't had it since April, I think. So really nice gift. This is another one of those brands. I mean, this is a traditional English toffee, but this is one of those brands that, you know, this is why I love what we do here at Just Jill. How else would you know about Miss Ginny's toffee? Unless you end up going to a little farmer's market or a little gift show somewhere in the South, or maybe, you know, along the East Coast, just by chance. You would never know about this wonderful product, this amazing story, this woman who decided to try making it. She always enjoyed cooking and making candies, and decided to try it and make it herself. Started to make it for friends. They started to say, could I order it from you? Can you make a batch for me here? You should be selling this. And she's turned it into this incredible business. So dark chocolate sea salt or the milk chocolate pecan. Beautiful gift packaging. So if you send it, know that there can be lots of confidence in what the person is going to be receiving. And remember, not only do you get your 16 pieces, you get 2 extra pieces that Miss Ginny puts in there for you to enjoy, for you to keep, to give the box away and share. However you decide to do that is up to you. So happy Miss Ginny's is back in stock. So keep that on your radar for holiday season especially. All right, couple more things. How are you guys doing? What are we thinking? Oh, Mary said recipients raved about these, the chocolate toffee. Oh, I'm so glad, Mary. It's so good. Ordered it last year for Christmas gifts. Like, such a nice gift. For you know, listen, I have so many people on my gift list, or I'm lucky to have, you know, a nice group of friends who might, you know, invite me to go out for a coffee or go shopping or come over for dinner or let's meet out. And you want to bring them a little something, especially during the holiday season. But, you know, I don't know what to get these people. They have everything, right? So something special like this where they're not going to find it, certainly anywhere where we live in the Philadelphia area. And I can share Miss Ginny's with them and let them experience something a little different, a little unique, a little special, a little wow. I love finding food gifts like that. So Miss Ginny's is great for that. Bauer's Majescas are great for that. Belle's Popcorn's great for that. Penny's like, I'm back after ordering that popcorn. All right, Penny, we're glad you're back. All right, so let's talk about another favorite brand of all of yours, and that's Southern Roots Sisters. So if you don't know the story, I met Rachel Scott from Southern Roots Sisters a couple of years ago. It was in 2021. It was, we launched Just Jill in April of that year. And in September of 21, I went to a trade show here in Philadelphia just to see if there might be some products I might be able to find. And Doug, my husband, was with me, and Bernadette, my business partner. So we went wandering around, and we were all walking together for a long part of the show. And we were kind of like, all right, we've got like 5 more rows left, you guys. Let's divide and conquer so we can get out of here. And so I started walking down this row, and I'm kind of looking, and there were some major, like big time national brands there with their signs and their flags and all the things. And I walk along, and I kind of glance over, and I see this gal standing there at a table with a tablecloth on her kind of high top and some jars of something and no signage or anything. And as I walked by, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, that poor gal. I hope somebody finds her. And then I stopped dead in my tracks. Like there was this little voice inside my head that basically said, you go find her. So I stopped and thought, all right, I'll be the one to find her. So I walked over and introduced myself. And, she, at that time, had been doing a lot of stuff with the Today Show. So she's like, I think I've seen you in there before. We just started chatting, and I said, well, tell me about your business. And so she told me the story. These are family recipes. She grew up in Texas, lives in Oklahoma. Her grandparents had a ranch. They, everything was made from scratch. They were farmers. They, would use fresh ingredients. And one of the things that, her grandmother was known for were her cookies and these pepper jams. And so she and her sister started making these pepper jams, and she's like, here, try one. And, I tried one, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And just as I did that, Doug and Bernadette, caught up with me, and I'm like, y'all, you got to try these. And, the next thing we knew, we started talking and saying, Rachel, we'd really love to offer your jams. And, her peach pepper jam had won, an award in a food show competition. So like she was onto something. She just needed somebody to find her and get the word out. And we've been so thrilled to have that relationship with her. She's, now getting into some like specialty grocery store chains, and, getting some nice attention for her food assortments. And she's been a great partner and, lets us launch a lot of her things first. And it's been a ton of fun. So look at Southern Roots Sisters over at Just Jill Shop. But I want to show you a couple things that she's made up for us. So when we were thinking, like, what are some new things we could do? Excuse me, I'm going to pick up this box for a second. I had said, well, usually this time of year we do the maple pumpkin butter, and the apple butter. Why don't we do your new spice cookie with that? So it's a 3-piece set. Again, I love this as a bill to ship to item, but I also love it because if you order it for yourself, like you feel like you're getting something so special. So here's the box that you're going to receive, like this. And on the inside of the box, you're going to get a packet of Rachel's chewy, spicy cookie mix, a full-size jar of apple butter, and a full-size jar of the maple pumpkin butter. So I love all 3 of those flavors together so much. The maple and the apple butter. People are always at maple pumpkin and apple butter. How do I use apple butters, Jill? Oh my gosh. You use them like you would use a jelly. Mix them, use them on toast. I love them on an English muffin because they get into all of the nooks and crannies. Mix it in with your yogurt in the morning. It's a way to sweeten it. And if you just take it with your regular plain Greek yogurt and mix it in, or your vanilla yogurt and mix it in, now you have sort of an apple cinnamon flavor, or you have a maple pumpkin flavor. Mix it in with your oatmeal, put it in with your overnight oats. It's wonderful, again, with some cream cheese on a bagel. It's great with peanut butter instead of jelly. How about peanut butter and maple pumpkin butter? Like, they just go together for so many different things, and they're absolutely fabulous. And then, of course, you all know, and if you don't, Rachel makes some of the best cookie mixes out there. And this chewy spiced cookie mix, Lynn said, Southern Root cookie mixes are better than homemade. You can taste the quality. Thanks for stopping at her booth, Joe. Oh my gosh, Lynn, right? I'm so glad you've enjoyed them. This is one of her newer flavors, this chewy spiced cookie. So it's kind of like a soft molasses ginger cookie a little bit. And then if you roll it in a little cinnamon sugar before you bake it, then you have a little bit of that snickerdoodle taste to it as well. They're awesome. We made up a batch of these. We tried them in the office. We were all like, oh my gosh, it's so good. So I love this idea of just like this fall flavor pack where you get the chewy spiced cookie, the maple pumpkin butter, and the apple butter. All fantastic. Beautiful gift set. It's $45. That includes your shipping. Comes in the gift box. Awesome. If you're thinking, well, I love the idea of the cookies or the maple butter and the apple butter, I don't know if I want the spice cookie. We did the exact same pack up, and instead of the spice mix cookie, we did the salted caramel. So now you sort of get that salty sweet combo. So the salted caramel cookie mix has little bites of the caramel in them, a little tinge of salt. And what people, and Lynn, since you have these, you know, what's so nice about these cookie mixes, if you've downsized, if you don't do a lot of baking, but wish you had something homemade once in a while, this makes about 2 dozen cookies. You don't have to have the flour. You don't have to have the sugar. You don't have to have the baking soda, the baking powder. Like, all you need is an egg and a stick of butter. And that's what most people probably already have in their pantry for other things. And so you can take those things and now you can make yourself a batch or two of cookies. So really, really great quality. Sandy said I made different kinds of hers last Christmas. My grands love the cookies. They're delicious. The cookies are awesome. So salted caramel, if you'd like to do it. Kathy said, haven't tried the cookies, but her pepper jams and butters are delicious. Agreed, Kathy. And then just wait. So something completely different. We're going to completely change things up here. We are going to talk about something brand new that we can feature from Southern Root Sisters. So this is a brand new collection. And in this set, you're still going to get a cookie mix. We love including the cookie mix because they're just a great way for you to try them yourself. And so I want to kind of call this set sort of our sweet and spicy set. But don't let that word spicy like freak you out, okay? Just bear with me on this one because I think you'll find it's awesome. So you're going to get your salted caramel cookie, and then brand new, I just tasted these for the first time today. You're going to get 2 new food products. And these are such great items for that foodie on your gift list. Like, we all know them, right? It's that same person who has everything and they're a fabulous cook, right? Like, what do you get this person? Okay, you're going to want to get them this set because you're going to get that salted caramel cookie mix, but you're also going to get candied jalapenos. Don't freak out. It's just wait. And we just talked about maple pumpkin butter and apple butter. We'll leave it to Rachel. She came up with a pepper butter. So let's talk about what these products are. All right, so I have 2 that are opened here. Okay, I'm going to start with the candied jalapenos. All right, these are, first of all, they look amazing. What are you going to do with them? You're going to put them in a little dish with your charcuterie. Okay, because this with ham and cheese or salami and brie could be amazing. You want to kick up a baked brie. Do you ever do the brie either in the puff pastry or in the crescent roll dough? Well, top off the brie before you bake it and before you wrap it up on the dough with the candied jalapenos and then bake it. Amazing. You're gonna use these candied jalapenos mixed in with cream cheese, and then you're gonna do a delicious cracker spread. You're gonna use these candied jalapeno. You could probably find a way to mix this into a cocktail. Like if you do a spicy marg, do it with your candied jalapenos. So do you see how yummy these are? So they're pickled, right? But then also cooked down in the same kind of a sweet syrup like you would make like a simple syrup. So you have this combination of these wonderful jalapenos, but they have this sweetness to them. Or you can eat them the way you eat a pickled chip. Okay? They're not burn your face off hot. Do they have some kick? Yeah, they have a little kick. But for that food person who always likes to try new things, candied jalapenos. Do these with your scrambled eggs in the morning. This feta cheese, instead of that chili crunch, that's kind of the big like viral thing right now, candied jalapenos, some feta cheese in your pan, get that sizzly, then put your eggs on top. Oh my gosh, so good. All right, so candied jalapenos. But then let's discuss pepper butter. All right. Again, both of these products have a little bit of a kick. I like spicy food. I would say these are kind of medium. All right. To some of you, it might be hot. To some of you, it's nothing. I, I think you have to know, like, if you like heat, you just don't want it to be too spicy. You just use a little bit. When you use the pepper butter, I would mix a little bit of this into my chili to give it a little kick. I would mix a little bit of this in with some sour cream and maybe use that when I'm doing enchiladas. I would use this again over cream cheese topped with the candied jalapenos, and now I've got sort of a spicy dip. I would use this mixed in with my guacamole. I would use this. I would put out if I do, we do Mexican food a lot here. So I do skillet fajitas often. We do taco bar nights a lot. I would put this out with that. I would use this brushed over a pork tenderloin before I baked it and then serve it over rice. I would mix this in with a stir fry if I just wanted to give it a little kick. I mean, just think about it. Like, how many times are you making the same thing over and over and over again, and it's just a little bland, right? Mix just a little bit of this in here. Don't go dumping the whole jar, because then you're going to come back to me and be like, you told me it wasn't so hot. This is one of those where you put in a spoonful, mix it around, and then taste. And then decide, oh, that really isn't so spicy. If you put in all of it, of course, it's going to be spicy. That's a lot of ingredient. So if you just put in a little bit and mix it in, I think you will love the flavor profile. I was even thinking, even if you make a cheese ball or maybe mix a little bit of this in, if you cook up sausage and make those little sausage balls with the Bisquick and the cheddar, but mix in a little bit of the pepper butter with it, and then have just that little bit of heat. Again, it's not going to make them spicy. Like, oh, give me the water. It's not going to be that. It starts with roasted jalapenos. So you have that sort of yummy fire roasted taste. When I smell this, it smells more like roasted green chilies to me. It just has a little bit more kick to it than a green chili would. But look at the consistency. Can I show you that? Like, it's really almost like a salsa verde. But it's going to have a little more heat to it than that. But have fun using this. Make huevos rancheros with this. I mean, all the different things that you can make with that butter are going to be amazing. So I'm excited for you to try those. I love this idea of a sweet and spicy combo. So you get the candied jalapenos, you get the pepper butter, and you get the salted caramel cookies. All of that in one pack. You've got your sweet and salty, a little bit of your sweet heat over here, and you're all good to go. If you know somebody, again, who loves to cook, who wants to try new ingredients, who's always coming up with interesting combinations, that will be a cook lover's dream. Like that's one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, I've seen these on viral videos, candied jalapenos. I've wanted to do something with them. now you have Rachel, who's one of the best cooks I know, making them for you. So check those out when you have a second. All right, and then before I wrap up on the food, I do also want to remind you back in stock is Maalot. Have you guys tried Maalot yet? Do you remember we debuted this? I think maybe, I don't know, might have been in the spring. So one of the requests that many of you have had for us here at Just Jill is, could you try to find some, foods that maybe have some, less sugar, or, antioxidants or superfoods, those kinds of things. And so we discovered Maalot, which is an organic, sweet, dark chocolate. 70% cacao. So again, really high in, antioxidants, that delicious, dark chocolate that we love, but sweet dark chocolate. Usually when you see something that is 70% cacao, and this comes from Peru, it's organic, it's usually a bittersweet chocolate, right? This is a sweet dark chocolate. It uses ingredients like monk fruit. It uses lucuma, which is, again, an ingredient found in Peru, that gives us a creaminess and a sweetness. This has 0 net carbs, 0 sugar. It is dairy-free. It is gluten-free. It contains a fermented mushroom enzyme. And again, no, this is not chocolate that tastes like mushrooms, but what that enzyme does is helps this finish off with a very subtle, sweet, almost caramel-like taste. So superfoods in this particular chocolate, you're getting a dozen bars. Each bar is this size here. So it's sugar-free, organic, for keto, for paleo, for, all vegan, all of those things. It does contain erythritol. I know some people are sensitive to that. It's an organic erythritol. Erythritol is formulated by taking the sugars from certain natural foods, and creating a, sweetener from that. I haven't had any stomach upset. I haven't had any problems eating the Maalot. In fact, I ate a bar yesterday. I was in the throes of doing the taxes. All I'd had for lunch was a few saltines and some cottage cheese. And so I decided to, I needed a little sweetness. And so I went and got a Maalot bar, and, sat there while I drank my coffee and had a couple pieces, and it was delicious. Because this is sweet dark chocolate, I don't want you to think this is going to be sweet the way a milk chocolate is going to be. This is not a sugary sweet chocolate, but it has a sweetness to it with, again, 0 net carbs, 0 sugar. So if you're really trying to do more of a balanced, lower sugar, low carb lifestyle, this will fit in there for you. If you are somebody who has health conditions where you have to watch your sugar, this is something that might be allowed for you to eat and enjoy that chocolate you've been missing without worrying so much about the heavy sugar spikes. I think it's delicious. I've really enjoyed it. And again, a little goes a long way because of the delicious 70% cacao, the subtle sweetness that you get from the superfoods that are in here, the maca, the lucuma. You do have monk fruit as a sweetener, a little of the erythritol. It is all organic and keto-friendly, paleo-friendly, vegan, dairy-free, superfood boost, antioxidants. It's called Maalot. You get a dozen bars, and it's available at justjillshop.com if you're looking for a new way to try and enjoy your chocolate. There have been some nice reviews on it, so you can read those as well. It's not waxy, it's not chocolatey. It's just a delicious way to have your chocolate, and eat it too. All right, a couple other things before I let you go. Back in stock and brand new. A couple of weeks ago, we had Jen from Power Beads by Jen here, and we introduced her new statement bracelets. Many of you picked up this one. This is that gorgeous amber gold stone, and then it has this pretty agate elongated bead. We also showed you this pretty silver leaf agate, which had this cool hexagonal piece of lapis. So Jen came back with another great look for fall. This one has your faceted picture jasper, and then this is actually a beautiful, like chocolate fossil coral bead. Really, really cool, as you can see there. I love these browns for fall. Isn't that pretty? So you have the beads that you love from Jen, and then you have this elongated barrel bead, which looks so nice. These are her hematite beads in the gold tone, but I love it with our Just Jill Santa Fe watch with the brown Croco strap. This is the Mukatite bracelet. So these are the 10 millimeter beads. These are the 12 millimeter beads on the statement bracelets. But again, if you are looking for things for fall, I just wanted to remind you about the great pieces that we have from Power Beads by Jen. This Mukatite has been blowing out the door. You're loving it. Look at the colors on that. Like there's mustard golds, then there's kind of like this pretty rosy mauve. There's burgundy browns in there. There's chocolates. And each one is going to be slightly different. And then we did this pretty gold leaf charm there, like with all your sweaters and jean jackets and suedes and velvets that you're wearing. I love that. And I think that looks so nice with our Santa Fe watch. I'm wearing the one with the sodalite face because I always love to have a little touch of denim on me, but they look really nice together. So that's one of our bracelets. I showed you this one again that has that beautiful gold stone. Look at the shimmer that you get on that. And then some of our other fall bracelets, don't forget, this is our juniper jade. So those are all jade beads. All of these beads from Power Beads by Jen are natural of origin gemstones. So, beautiful quality. They look great. They wear beautifully. I love the pine cones. Those come in both silver and gold tones. All these pretty shades of greens and sort of the honey golds, some soft whites, marbleized looks and greens. Also, we introduced to you our pretty gold in quartz new pet bracelets. We have this cute enameled heart with the gold paw print on it, which looks so great. You loved this bead so much. When Jen was here, she shared her enameled miraculous mother bracelet, or necklace, I should say. So we took that same charm and put that on a bracelet for all of you in that same beautiful gold in quartz bead. I love that look. I think that's so pretty, easy to wear, and a really nice piece to stack in with your other items. So check those out over at Just Jill Shop. And then last but not least, fragrance. We talked about all these delicious foods, the Belle's popcorn, the pumpkin majestas, the Miss Ginny's toffee, the candied jalapenos and maple pumpkin butter and apple butter. Oh, and what if your house could smell like that too? So be sure to check out all of our room sprays, our diffusers, our candles. Did you know we do wax melts in our fragrances as well? In fact, the other day I put up a picture because I had been, working here around the house, and I just was in the mood to really smell my favorite fall fragrances. So I turned on my little wax melter that I have that I've had forever. We don't sell those. We're going to look to bring some in next year, but so many of you said you have them already, so you just wanted our scents. You get 4 packs of 6, so you get 24 melts, and you just need 2 of them. Put it in your melter. This is the same wax we use with our candles. It's the same concentration of fragrance, and it will fragrance your room for days. There's so much fragrance when these wax melts actually melt. So they come in all of our fall scents, from apple strudel and pumpkin spice. Our home fragrance is in melts. We have cinnamon vanilla. We have orange clove. We'll be bringing our winter scents. Our cozy winter cabin will be coming in the melts. We'll have our Christmas tree in the melts, like, lemon pound cake in the melts. So however you want your house to smell, that's how it will smell from our melts, room sprays, diffusers, and candles. Linda said, I'm burning cinnamon vanilla right now. Amazing. I'm so glad you love it, Linda. Listen, our home fragrances, regardless of fragrance, 5-star reviews when you read about them. And here's why. It's the quality ingredients. Our candles are made fresh to order. When you go to Target or Home Goods or Walmart or the card store and you smell those candles, those could have been made months ago. That could have been sitting on shelves for months. Ever wonder why, like, there's one scent that's still on clearance months and months and months and months later? It's just sitting there. And many of those candle brands, you smell it and it's like, oh my gosh, it smells so good. I can't wait to burn it. And then you get it at home and it burns for a little bit. And then what happens? It doesn't smell anymore. That means they've top loaded that candle with fragrance so that when you get to the middle and the end, they didn't really put any fragrance in there at all. They wanted you to buy it. Once you buy it and burn it, you can't return it. And once you get to the middle, guess what? It's kind of too late to take it back, even if they would take it back, right? So we don't operate that way. Our candle maker, Ed, hasn't made your candles yet. He will make them when the orders come in. We ship them out usually, within a week or so. We use soy wax, cotton wicks. The fragrance is from the first to the last burn. So you have the same intensity of fragrance all the way through. We do singles, we do duos, we do mason jar sizes. So if you really want the big ones, to me, this is the big value. It's 24 ounces. This will last for months and months and months and months and months. I think you get almost 200 hours of candlelight from this thing. They last forever. And then when you're done, look how pretty you have this vessel to, use as a flower vase, put twinkle lights in it. You can, decorate with it all kinds of ways. The room sprays, 800 pumps in one room spray. Shake it up a little bit, all right, when you get it at home. If you see separation in the oil and the base fragrance, don't worry about it. It's totally normal. Some of the blends need a shake, some of them don't. 2 spritzes will give you very nice fragrance in your area. If you have guests coming, spray 1 or 2 in the area where they're walking into the house, 1 spritz in a room where they might be hanging out, and you're going to have this amazing fragrance in your home. It complements the candles beautifully. My favorite duo is doing a spray and a candle personally. I love that as a gift item for people too. Just pick the fragrance that you love. Our apple strudel is a wonderful bakery note. Our pumpkin spice, if you guys have pumpkin spice, tell others about it. I think our pumpkin spice is the best pumpkin spice on the market today. I will put it up against any candle. Candles that cost $100, candles that cost $10. I will put our pumpkin spice up against anybody. Any candle company wants to come up to me and do a challenge, let's do it. It's that good. It's warm, it's toasty, it's a little spicy, it's a little pumpkin-y, it's clean. It's just a wonderful burn. Joan said, nothing smells better than your pumpkin candle. I want a Christmas tree one. We'll bring the Christmas tree fragrance out, Joan, probably in November. So, we keep pumpkin spice, kind of all the way through almost till Christmas. I know I burn it a lot year round. And I will also say, not everybody's a pumpkin spice person. Not everybody wants the sort of spicy cinnamon vanilla notes. I get it. Our lemon pound cake was so popular. We decided, and that's what this one is. Oh, it's so good. We decided to make it a year-round fragrance. And you know what I decided this smells like? The Girl Scout cookie lemonades? Where you have like the shortbread cookie, but then you have that sort of sweet and slightly little tangy sour frosting across it. This totally reminds me of like when you open up that Girl Scout lemonade cookie. That's what this smells like. It's very clean. It's great in a kitchen. It's great. That lemon is great to neutralize some of those odors. It's not overly bakery note. It's a little sweet. It's a little tart, but it's like a nice scent to come home to. And lemon is really hard to work with fragrance. Ed and I worked on this fragrance for almost a year and a half because a lot of the lemons were like lemon furniture polish. Like I don't want my house to smell like that. I don't want your house to smell like that. So I think we got it just right. And of course our, customer beloved home fragrance, which is how I want my home to smell. It was created for me. Ed created it for me because there was a brand of candle that I really loved. And I just thought, I want this, but better. I want this, but with the soy. I want this with the clean burn. I want this, but the fragrance all the way through. And so our home fragrance is that wonderful sugared slightly tropical fruit, but still some botanical greens in there and clean all the way through. So it also has lots of 5-star reviews. You can read about all of our fragrances from cinnamon vanilla, orange clove, creme brulee, apple strudel, pumpkin spice, lemon pound cake, honey tonka, the honey tonka bean spray. Here's one. See how it's separated? So sometimes that just happens in the recipe. So just shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up. Okay, Taylor. All right. And so then you do one spray, two spray, and two sprays. Oh, this is so good. This is like honey with just this little subtle bit of clean warmth in it. That's a really good one. That's another good one to like when you just sort of want to like clean and refresh, like the day you clean your house and you've vacuumed and you've dusted and you've wiped the baseboards and you've done everything. Like you might like the honey and tonka bean for that because there's like a little tiny bit of a vanilla note in there too. It's nice. Oh, all right. That was a lot tonight. What's everybody think? Matthew, waiting for the new buyers, Santa, any updates? Well, Matthew, did you not hear when I was doing my Instagram live earlier? I mentioned you because we just finalized the Mrs. Claus that will match the Santa today. I think Joyce and I went back 5, maybe 6 times on Mrs. Claus. Santa, we nailed in 2. Mrs., she was a little high maintenance, this Mrs. Claus. But I wanted her to be just right. And some parts of her just weren't right. Like, I didn't love the face. Can we do a different mouth? I don't really like that hat. Can we try something different? It looks a little bare. What else can we do? The theme is this. Can we do that? I'm lucky the buyer's family's still talking to me after all the back and forth. I mean, they're the nicest people ever. But I went back a lot, maybe more than any other figure I've ever done with them. And I've worked with them for, gosh, over a decade. This Mrs. Claus, like she had to be just right. We're there. We got her there. So our new Santa and our first ever Mrs. Claus with just Jill will be launching October 30th. So mark your calendars. I don't know if I was supposed to tell you that. My team will let me know. October 30th is when you will get to meet the new Santa and Mrs. Claus. They will be signed by me and Joyce Byers. They will be limited editions. I can tell you the Mrs. Claus is going to be a tiny edition. We did a little bit more of the Santa this year because our first collection sold out so quickly last year. I mean, it sold out in like 3 days. So we did a few more of them this year, but we'll have those for you on October 30th. October 30th. October 30th, Mr. and Mrs. Claus will make their debut. Okay. So that should be fun. Any other questions, everybody? I love hanging out here and doing questions. Will you have any carolers this Christmas looking for a gift for a friend? So Joan, we have carolers on the site right now from buyers. So check those out. We will be adding more probably in the next couple of weeks. So like our real sort of launch of Buyer's Choice is usually in November. And we have some on the site right now, and we'll be adding some more designs there. For the first time ever, we've added their Nutcracker Suite. We've also added a Christmas Carol. My family, we own the Christmas Carol. And I put it out every year, usually on my piano. And so I have Ebenezer Scrooge and Marley and the Ghost of Christmas, past, present, and future. I have Bob Cratchit. Then there's a Ebenezer when he's all happy and he's, learned the errors of his ways. So there's Fuzzy-Wig. There's, all the fun characters from A Christmas Carol. But those are available over on the site. That's definitely something where, you start collecting them. You let people in your family know, I would like to eventually get this whole collection. And maybe somebody buys you a piece here or sends you a piece there for your birthday. But I can tell you, like, we have a ton of Buyer's Choice, mostly because when I was working at QVC and designing all of those figures for QVC, I made sure that I had one of every Santa and Mrs. Claus I designed. And so, right there, I probably did a dozen designs. So right there, Santa, Mrs. Claus, that's 24 right there. There were a couple versions that my kids participated in, and their artwork were the letters that Santa was holding. Well, I got one of those for me, and one for my mom, and one for Kylie, and one for Trevor, so that one day they have theirs. So, we have multiples of those. My husband buys me buyer's choice. Then we got the Christmas, like we have so many. I probably have, I don't know, 50 or 60 of them, seriously. I do not put all of them out all the time. I like to go with themes. But I mean, it's an investment, right? And I can say though, there was a point to all of this, that with the Christmas carols, that's one that I put out every year. Like I may not put out all the Santas, I may not put out all the Mrs. Claus. I have the accessories, the tables, the bears, the elves. Like I have all the things. But the one that I put out without question, if I'm really limiting how we're decorating, I always put out the Christmas Carol because I just think we love that story as a family. We pick a version to watch every Christmas. It's like our family Christmas movie night. And so, I hope one day, when the kids are going through our things and they see that set of Buyer's Choice A Christmas Carol, like it will mean something to them because that story has meant something to us, their whole time growing up. So anyway, so that was a long answer, but really, really excited about what we're doing with buyers this year. They've never done a Santa and Mrs. Claus like this. So it will be special. All right. Could you show the new statement bracelet again? Sure, Sandy. Let me grab it for you. So here's the new statement bracelet. This comes in your choice of sizes, and they're the 12mm bead. This is a really pretty, like picture jasper. So it's all these shades of like tans and browns and creams, some gold rondelle beads as spacers. And then this large piece here is this chocolate fossil coral. Really, really cool. It's has a lot of like highs and lows to it. I'll hold it up nice and close so you can see. So really, really neat piece. Great striations. Each one will be slightly different. But again, if you love the warm brown tones, if you love beiges, creams, browns, tans, camels, all those colors, it will be beautiful. This top that I have on, is obviously it's like a rust color. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that nice? Such a great look. But I will also say, I love browns with red. And I feel like that is such an overlooked combination. I always thought red with black was just a little too harsh for me. But when you do red with a touch of brown and then your gold jewelry, just looks amazing. It looks a little elevated, it's a little sophisticated, a little unexpected, but so pretty together. And I don't mean like a burgundy, like obviously a burgundy and a brown go together, but just like a pretty red, a pretty fall red with chocolate brown is really stunning. So maybe that gives you inspiration for your wardrobe. Let's see. I appreciate you putting your thoughtfulness and heart into your products, and I love the long answer. Shows you care about what you sell. Thanks so much. Well, you're welcome, Karen. So glad to have you here. I love what I do. I do it for all of you. The same way that I used to take a lot of care into the shows and products that I worked on when I worked at QVC. That was always so important to me. I'm the same girl. I'm just lucky that I get to do this on my own terms now and share it with all of you. So I appreciate you all so much. We kind of went over tonight, but thank you all for hanging in there with me. You're so nice. You're allowed to go now. Check out everything over at Just Jill Shop. I hope you find some things, some fall flavors you want to try, some fall scents to make your home smell wonderful. Take advantage of those sale prices on those couple of decor pieces before they sell out, because we will not bring those back. They will not be back next year. And when they're gone for this year. There's no reorders coming in. We're going to be moving on into our Christmas things. But I love that you can still get some fall things on sale and still enjoy them for like the next month and a half. So you'll get some good enjoyment out of those. And then I'll see you back here next Tuesday. All right. We're going to do a little walk through a winter wonderland next Tuesday. So I hope you'll tune in then. And in the meantime, be safe, everybody. Be kind to each other. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thanks for being here tonight. I'll see you later. Good night.